So after the big rejection from the Atlantic Film Festival, where it sort of hit me harder than I thought it would, I did get worried that this wasn't going to be seen on any sort of professional stage until the Showcase Truro Film Festival said yes. They want to show the film. This was my first feature film, which is huge. There are so many ways that I could have gone about this. I could have gone down so many different routes in terms of getting funding to make a film or all this, but a lot of this was all or nothing in terms of let's go make something sort of on our own. You know, we obviously went through the Indiegogo route to try and get a little money, but a lot of this was, all right, let's go sort of fail or succeed on our own. And when we didn't get into the Atlantic Film Festival, I thought we failed on our own. It's like, shit, we tried this and it didn't work. But when the Showcase Truro Film Festival and every incredible human being that ran it said yes, I just felt this fire back in me, and I thought, thank you. Because now we had an audience to show this film to. And in my opinion, it could not have gone better. The film debuted in the Showcase Truro Film Festival at the Marigold Center on October 3rd. I was so happy with how it all went. I didn't know how this was gonna work out. I really didn't. I think there was a lot of roadblocks along the way and so many reasons to not do it. I mean, I almost canceled the film. All of those fears and all of that just went out the window the second the film started.
Hi everybody. First off, thank you so much for everybody who came out tonight. This is, like you said, the premiere of a project that I have been basically attached to for a good year now. I'm working on it. And it feels kind of surreal that we're showing it tonight, but it also feels fantastic. And it's finally kind of done. And I say kind of because I've been giving the Truro Film Festival heart attacks, I think, for the last week and a half because I haven't had the film done. And is it done today? Yes. It's not done today. It's done tomorrow. It's power outage, I couldn't get it done. So I get the film done in like today. So sorry about that. So other than that, let's watch the film. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoy it and tell everybody about it. If you hate it or love it, tell everybody about it.
We had an audience, a receptive audience that was so giving with their response. From what I can tell, they enjoyed it, and we got to show a film in front of an audience, which at the end of the day, it's the only reason I think we do this. I mean, if we make a film and nobody sees it, what's the point? You know, for me, I could put a film somewhere and get, you know, accolades or something or awards, but for me, the more important thing and the thing that really makes me want to do this is to see people sitting down and watching the film. Whether they enjoy it or not, that's a whole other thing, but just showing the work we do is so crucially important to me. And the fact that the incredible people at the Showcase Truro Film Festival gave me that opportunity and gave us, everybody who worked on this film, the opportunity to showcase the film meant the world to me.
Yeah, it's weird though, and we did like a Q&A thing afterwards and I talked about this, but having been involved in this film for so long, having been non-stop every day stressing about this movie and just constantly being reminded about the subject matter has been very daunting, to say the least. It's gonna take a while for me. I'm actually, everybody's out eating and I'm just kind of like, I just had to take a moment away and kind of calm myself down. Overall, I'm very, very, very happy with how this all turned out. Yeah. It's worth over the year of, you know, doing this film. This is huge. My very first feature film premiere just happened, and it went perfectly. There's nothing I would have changed.
It's hard for me to put into words. When I was young, I'd watch movies like Jurassic Park. I'd watch movies like Star Wars. And that stuff excited me. I mean, I wanted to make that. I wanted to make a movie that people saw and maybe would feel emotions about our work. You know, the stories that I write, the stories I direct, the stories that are made because of the cast and crew. I wanted that so badly. To see it happen, I mean, it felt real in that moment. You know, we had gone through years of writing, we had gone through this whole process of making the film and editing the film, but when it started playing at the Truro Film Festival, it felt real. And I remember being a kid again, watching that screen and knowing that, yeah, it wasn't just a hobby. It wasn't just something that was going to be a phase. This is it, man. And it cemented that in a major way. Also, David got to see the film. I think there's an aspect of this industry that is slightly revolving door. And I think there are many aspects that, you know, people come in, people come out. For me, I've been very, very lucky that the people that come through that revolving door have left such an impression on me, and I've been able to work with some of the most amazing human beings on the planet. You know, past the point of you know, this person's an actor, this person's a grip, this person's a caterer, you know, way past that point, just amazing human beings. I've just been lucky. I don't know when that luck will run out and I'll have to deal with somebody who is just a prick, but so far I've been incredibly lucky in my own career to have crossed paths with some of the most giving and generous, empathetic people I've ever met. David is probably at the top of that list. So David passed away a few years back. It sort of hit me when it happened that I don't know if I ever thanked him enough or explained properly enough. I think sitting down with that, I think it softened me as a human to realize not to hide emotions behind, you know, bullshit masculinity or something like that, but to be honest with people and let them know that you give a shit and you care. David gave so much to this movie. And I know I've said that already a few times, but I need to reiterate that. David gave the film this unique perspective, this incredible performance. He brought Bill to life in a way that no other human being could, in the way that he handled himself on screen. He helped me craft the character and parts of the script. He gave us his house to film in. He was just so giving with this entire film. And one of the biggest aspects that I'm happy about when it comes to this movie is that he got to see it. And I can't speak for him, obviously, but when I talked to him after he saw it at this festival, he seemed proud. And because of that, I was very proud. Film is very family oriented. You know, obviously there are sets that can come in, do something and move on, and there's no emotion involved. There's just, hey, we made this thing cool. All right, where's my next paycheck? For me, it's a deeper collaboration than that. It's something that is very much everything I work on. I feel like this is a family. For a very short period of time, this is a family, and now we have this thing that we made together that will last a lifetime or beyond. And David's willing to give us as much as he did was proof of that. And beyond acting, beyond a movie, beyond what we made as a film, David as a human being gave me confidence as a director, gave me just that step up I needed to finish this thing. And he allowed me to believe in myself for a little bit longer to finish this film. And I am incredibly happy that he got to see the film in a theater setting and he got to see the work that he put in. And if there's any takeaway from the Showcase Truro Film Festival that is at the top of my list for things that festival accomplished for me, it will always be, I got to show David the film. And despite me maybe not saying it out loud as much as I could, I hope that he understood, and I hope that the film said thank you enough for me, because that film owes so much to that man.
No good, Chelsea?
That's great.
That's good.
A year later, we got to show the film again in a film festival, this time the Parsborough Film Festival. This was October 22nd, 2016. And I was, a year after we had showed it for the first time, I was excited that, this long out, it still was being shown. And it was being shown to an audience in a completely different area now, a completely different audience. And I was just really excited. So, driving up to that, I just was reminiscing about the entire film, the process from 2012 to 2016, how much work had gone in and how much we had all changed as humans since we started. But we got to show the film at Parsboro, and again, another festival that took a chance on us and wanted to show the film. The screening went great, and afterwards we did a Q&A. And one major aspect of the Q&A really signified that this film was important. There was a man in the audience who, during the Q&A, raised his hand, and it had a statement and not a question. And the statement was basically, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the specific words he used, but the statement was basically, because he had seen the film, he understood the aspect of depression more. He got a better understanding of what it meant to be battling depression. And if that wasn't the point of this film, I don't know what was. We obviously want people to talk about depression. We want people to, in my feelings, I hope that at some point depression is talked about like a headache, being understood, being something that we can openly talk about. Hey, I got a headache. Hey, I'm dealing with depression. I want those two sentences to be the same in terms of comfortability of talking about it out loud. And to hear him say that, hey, your film allowed me to understand this thing that it can at sometimes be hard to understand. It meant so much to what we were trying to do with film, and so much to this idea that, hey, we're making something that is important and has a purpose and was needed. So those two festivals, the Showcase Truro Film Festival and the Parsboro Film Festival, gave this film a shot, and they gave us a chance to showcase this film, and because of it, we had an audience see it, understand it, and hopefully progress the conversation of depression, anxiety, and how it affects people dealing with it, how it affects people that know somebody dealing with it, and sort of everything in between. And the fact that they took a chance on us makes me so happy, because we did. We got to show it in my home province. We get to show it in our home province. And that means so much, because this is our home. This is where we made the film. This is where we all decided to be filmmakers. And to be able to show that on two incredible stages, it means so much. So thank you to everybody at the Showcase Truro Film Festival and everybody at the Parsboro Film Festival for giving us a shot and sharing our film with an audience.